he's lovely.
And
lovely young man.
He's been doing well. He's been growing. Before we got to the shelter, he used to be resentful towards people. He doesn't go with people. He doesn't relate with people because we were both isolated. The only person that he could relate to was me. But now he's relating with other people. He's going to school and relating with people. He's doing so well. I'm so grateful.
He was very
for the
friendly.
help that
He was very friendly.
we got.
Were you able to prosecute?
That is the problem. I hope that the government will keep working hard to prosecute, even though there is only one victim involved, because if they don't prosecute even somebody who has trafficked in one person, there is the tendency for the person to traffic in another person and torture another person.
Is that person still here in the state?
Yes, the person is still here in the state, but he doesn't have contact with us.
Very good. And how can you assure that?
Actually, when we were with him, I didn't see him with any weapon like guns. What he was using as a weapon against me was the
mind
law.
Control.
Yes, and the law, and now the truth is open to the eyes of the law. So he can't use that as a weapon against me anymore. Rather, it had turned against him. So I don't see him, the child doesn't see him, and he's growing, and I'm grateful.
Were you able to terminate all parental rights?
I don't know. You know, it's a struggle that I have. I wish that my son could have a relationship with his father, because I come from a home where there is unity and love, and I grew up in a home where I had opportunity to relate with my father and my mother. But it's unfortunate that my son doesn't have that kind of caring father. But right now, I can say that he has a male model in his life that he can relate with, and he's been doing so well. I'm so grateful to God for that male role model in his life, because he's involved even in his school activities. He's always there for him, and he's happy with him.
Maybe biological fatherhood isn't what's the most important. Thank you so much for telling us your story. It's an important story. And what's really important is that people know. Do you believe that we're welcoming, that we understand that once we learn stories here in our state and our nation, that we say, all right, tell us what we can do?
Yes, that is the difference here that I'm so grateful for, and that is why I'm speaking out. For example, my speaking out in my community is a struggle, but I don't mind going through that struggle if only one life will be saved.
Right.
And, you know, I see that there is a need, because when my story came out, there have been all kinds of negative comments, even on the internet, from my community about me, blaming me for the torture I endured, as if it was my fault. But it boiled down to lack of education in this area. And that is why I am speaking out, in order to educate my community and other communities that are not educated in this area, so that we can know that it is wrong for somebody to torture another person, and that we should not be blaming the victims. Rather, we should be giving help to the victims. And the police need to work with organizations like civil society, because I could have gone to jail. The police that came out, they were not friendly with me. They were not even willing to work with me. They
didn't know anything
hope
about
that the police,
culture, right?
Yes, I hope that they would take the time. It's a lot more work for you to want to listen to somebody and really find out the truth. And a victim will not speak to you except the victim has some confidence and some trust in you. So even when a victim comes in contact with police, already I had been victimized with the police. The police was the weapon my trafficker was using against me. So I didn't have the courage to even tell the police a lot. And they were not willing to take the time, because it's pain to really take the time and find out what the truth is. like civil society is doing. And I hope that they can work well with civil society and really find out about the truth, investigate further, and let the victim know that they are there for the victim.
Right.
Because if you don't show that you are there for the victim will never open up to you.
Well, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And Linda, in the very short amount of time that we have left now, talk to us about what we can do, what is going to occur this legislative session, and what our viewers can best do, and what red flags they can best look for when they're involved in our society.
Well, we do trainings on identification to nurses and to social workers at the University of Minnesota and many other schools, and those professionals are seeing trafficked victims. And so what we do for the public is ask them to call with any questions they have.
Could you give us your phone number? I know it's listed on that, but just keep giving it to us.
Right. It's 651-291-8810. And please call us. We will answer any questions.
So you have trainings?
We have trainings. We have public awareness events. We have many different, and we'll talk to people one-on-one, because otherwise they may have a particular situation that they're wondering about, they don't know what to do, and we've worked with people one-on-one to help them find a safe way to get information to a victim so that they can call us.
Again?
Yes, it's 651-291-8810.
And it says crisis tip line, and this is the crisis tip line for the civil society. Bukola, in the last 30 seconds, sorry that we're running out of time so quickly. Tell us what you'd like our viewers to know. What's the most important thing?
The most important thing is that there is help available. And I encourage every victim who is still out there suffering to call the number for help.
I am so grateful to you for coming this evening and telling you the story. You are such a major survivor, and your son is growing up with such a strong mother that has got to be a great gift that you are giving the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And stay tuned.